Hey everyone, we are in the all-new Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack EV, and we're going to charge it for the first time. And this is a really interesting little tidbit of some stuff here, so I want to show you guys. So the mapping system actually is pretty good at finding a lot of different chargers. We actually just got us guided to this particular Tesla supercharger with a magic connector via this system. It's actually pretty good. This dash system over here is a little bit clunky with some information here. So as you can see, we have 17% state of charge left, and it's telling us we need to charge, but a little battery icon there. We have 45 miles of range left, and so far, since I've had this car over the course of the week, I have traveled 217.6 miles with an average of 3.8 miles per kilowatt hour, which shockingly is quite good, but I don't think that's very accurate because some more day-to-day miles per kilowatt hour numbers were quite low actually, but as you can see, add those two numbers together, this thing's actually been pretty accurate, around 250 260ish miles, which is around the EPA rating for this vehicle, so not too bad. But for a 94 kilowatt hour battery pack, that is a little bit on the lower end. So we're going to go charge, see if we run into any issues, see if the process is easy. And before we quickly do that, there's some other fun EV stuff in here. They actually include a lot of information, so we can see some power flow information on here, a range impact from what's going on. Always will show you your current range here as well, your driving history over interesting amount of time frame as well, charging schedules, AC charging level you can set as well, and it should go to maximum battery level. So it seems you can only actually set either an 80% target or 100% target for it to finish charging, but obviously you can finish charging whenever you actually like on your own. So that's one thing to note there. And then in our performance pages over here, we actually got a lot of cool gauges. So I guess we can keep track of these while we're charging the car. Everything from high voltage battery level to temperature to motor temps. We also have wheel slip, torque. It really, honestly, quite interesting stuff. And you can actually take a screenshot of it as well and save it, which I honestly think is quite cool. Nonetheless, let's go plug this thing in and see how this process is. Okay, getting out of the Charger EV. Let's go plug this thing in. Now, I'm honestly not too sure. I might have to back up a little bit more here. So let's open up our charge port door. It's located on our driver's side here. The little cover here for our CCS fast charging. Actually a pretty nice charge port design. We do have the magic connectors on this Tesla supercharger here, so I'll just pop those out. And oh, thank gosh, it fits actually. So that's easy to plug in with there. We're on charger two-way. I'm gonna go authorize that via the app and see if we have any issues. I want to see what numbers this thing is going to pull out in terms of its fast charging performance. Let's go find out. Okay guys, vehicle is plugged in and charging, and see it is charging on here. It shows us that it is indeed recuperating energy in the battery pack. So again, we're at 17%, and it's saying for a fast charge time to get to 80 an hour in 16 minutes. I'm trying to find somewhere where I can actually see my kilowatt speed of how fast we're charging. I cannot seem to find that as of right now, unless it might be hidden somewhere. But this was one message we did get. Charging level was low. I wonder if we go over to our EV pages here, maybe right there. Oh, those are our profiles. Power flow. Okay, so I guess we need to turn the vehicle off, but this is interesting as we're getting a totally different number here. So it's saying right there around 28. So if I open the door here, the screen does not like to stay in the car. It seems the only way to see the screen is turning it on and off really quick, but it says we have 82 miles of range there, and 0 to 80%, or at least where we're at, 80% in 25 minutes. So that's not too bad actually. It was a little bit of a different result though that we were seeing on this screen versus what we saw on our infotainment screen over here. I think I could turn this on while the car is off as well, so that's not bad. But I wish there was a little bit better information for that. A little bit tricky to kind of find some stuff. So see, as you can see here, this is fast charge an hour and 12 minutes to 80, and that said like 28 minutes. So not super accurate there in terms of information. So that's pretty interesting. And again, not the best displaying of our charging information while in the vehicle. So again, I'd like them to improve that, which I know they definitely can, as there's a lot of EVs coming out of this company real soon. Anyways, guys, I'll let you know if we have any issues, and I'll update you the second we are done charging. Okay, so we've been honestly having a pretty successful charging session so far. We're, I think, around like 44% of the battery pack, though for some reason, it has completely dipped down in its curve, and now it says 4 hours and 13 minutes to 80%, and on the Tesla app, it confirms that we're only charging at 2 kilowatt kilowatts of speed. I'm not too sure what happened there. I mean, the voltages are all out of whack, but yeah, that's not really ideal. So a little bit disappointing for this charging run right here. Again, it started off pretty strong. I had no issues as well, so I'm not sure why. Oh no. Okay, that went away quickly. So not sure why we're having any issues here with charging. Maybe it'll either fix itself, or I might try to unplug it, plug it back in again, see if that does anything. If not, I'm going to go off to another charging session, because it's a little disappointing there. But nonetheless, so far so good, I guess. Just we kind of dipped off on our charging curve. I'm going to check the Tesla app once more, since this thing doesn't really give us a lot of information. Okay guys, and I guess just as I ended that video, it fixed itself, thankfully. So our charging speeds are back to like 150 kilowatts. So again, I can't really show you that on here because it doesn't really like to show that information unless there is a place in here and I'm not finding it. But this is not accurate because the Tesla app is kind of flipping back and forth now. Yeah, this thing's interesting with charging so far. So, you know, it's an all new vehicle, definitely has its quirks, but again, I'll update you guys if anything changes. Okay guys, we've been here for around 24 minutes. We gained around, I would say 120-ish miles of range. And we're now at 60% state of charge though. So high state of charge has been gained, but you know, not the best range in this vehicle at the end of the day. Even though it's mildly somewhat efficient when you're driving it efficiently, I'm gonna go unplug and I'll overlay some of the stats from the Tesla app from this charging session. It was around $27 to charge here to get this. Oh, this is toasty hot actually. Wow. Okay. That easily plugs in there as well. This easily goes right into there and closes up nice and flush. Massive charge door port as well. But we're gonna go head off, do some efficiency testing, a little bit of a range test, and of course charge this Dodge Charger Daytona EV once again. Here we have a nice, finally, a page actually came up showing us some battery stats of 61%. Oh, and it goes away. Okay. Well, I guess you guys can see that. But anyways, software needs some work in this car, that is for sure, and we'll see what happens on the next charging session. Okay, everyone, we had a little bit of a journey today, and I found a free Shell recharge station to juice up at, and it's a level 2 station. It's around 9.6 kilowatts of juice coming into this vehicle. Let's see if we can get our screen here. It says 5 hours to 80%, which is honestly around accurate for a level 2 charger. It does know it's a level 2 charger. We have 114 miles of range, 43% as of right now, so we'll see how much range we get while we're at this mall. Here you guys can see, of course, level 2 charging port. This is one of those Shell recharge stations over here, and it was free to use once you did download and check in with the app, so that is pretty cool. And we have the Charger Daytona EV charging here, so I'll let you guys know how much juice we get into this thing while at the mall. Okay guys, let's go hop inside of the Charger EV, see how much range we've recuperated. Got 56% now after spending about like 2 hours almost at the mall, 150 miles of range. So not too bad for free charging actually. And if we did stay here for another 3 hours, it would get to 80%. So not too bad. And we'll start it up and unplug and be on our way.